Up on top of the mountain behind Simonstown, there is the Claver Valley. And in this valley, there are a number of historical sites. Many of these buildings are well over 100 years old. There is the old Royal Naval Sanatorium Hospital that was used to house sick soldiers. They would recover here. There is a water reticulation system that used to provide water for Simonstown, so that could obviously get started up again. And then there is the signal school, the actual signal school. The signal school steps lead up from the bottom to the signal school. So I want to take you around just to show you this historical site. Okay, so I'm going to flip the camera around. This over here is the actual signal school itself. You can see this old emblem, and if I lift up my camera, it's an old table there, and there's not really much happening there. Let's head around the corner. So this over here is that building. You could imagine this back in its day. There's an old toilet back when it was used and it was functional. There was all sorts of activities. So this is the actual school itself. Now there's some things happening in here now, but certainly not what it used to be. At the back, and there are those structures there are from the old cableway. I am not exactly too sure what this building was used for. It's difficult to tell which building was used for which, but this one's certainly looking worse for wear. But there you have another building up here from this spot. I did look online to see if I could find out which building was which. There we go. So there you have another one. And apart from that signal school sign there, that was obviously the signal school, but let's keep going and see what else there is up there in this old historical site. At the back in the bushes, there's an old tennis court, some old steps. Looks like this could still be used a little bit today. Not too sure what for, but this is an old tennis court. Right, let's keep going. Maybe this over here was a sanatorium where soldiers used to recover. Difficult to tell. A little bit higher up, there are these buildings here. There's one nice looking building up there, and then there is this section. Maybe this is the old sanatorium. It's hard to tell. That style of building I have seen before, and it reminds me of like an Anglo style, like a British style of building. I've seen these in Bulawayo in Zimbabwe before, so perhaps this building was built by the British. Tricky to tell. This one certainly looks newer. Maybe this part of the sanatorium here. I'm heading into another part of this old historic area. These lovely old beams, you can see these are definitely pretty old. You can see that. Just my gut feel from looking at historical buildings, those windows as well. So perhaps this part was part of the old section, and then there on the other side of this courtyard. So you can see there are signs that it's not too long since this place was being used. So this sort of major, rather increased decay, it's probably only been the last 15 years. I mean, maybe it started before that. It's tricky to tell. The style of this building, this looks Anglo-British to me. This sort of large roof over here. So when I look at what's happening at this decay here, I can't help but think of why. And some might say money. I don't agree with that. Some might say that there's just no will to do it, or people just don't care. I think people do care. I certainly care. Maybe there are many who don't care. But I think at the heart of it, and this actually articulates to me, it represents to me what is the heart of, is that what is at the heart of what is wrong in South Africa is what I call perverse incentives. I mean, being incentivized in the wrong direction. If you are able to incentivize people to take care of things, to work hard, where there are reward structures for the best, where the best get in and the best standard is rewarded, then I don't think it goes in this direction. But if you have a reward system that rewards nepotism, it rewards corruption, it rewards laziness, it rewards not working hard and not doing your best. If it rewards based on quotas and ticking the boxes, we have certain amount of the skin colored people, we've got certain amount of women, certain amount of men. Only 5% colored people, only 2% white people, whatever it is. Those are perverse incentives because it doesn't incentivize the best. It incentivizes in the wrong direction. So then people only really care about the quotas. They only really care about quote unquote transformation, which we know is just as Professor Frantz from the University of Cape Town says, it's just a reshuffling of power. It's just, that's all it is. There's nothing productive or positive about it. So that is really what I see here, and it's a shame to see. But these historic buildings can be restored. They can be. With the right leadership and the right incentive structures, I think this could be turned around and be used again as a place of life. Thanks so much for watching the history of Cape Town, the history of South Peninsula, which is the history of tribes and families, cooperation and conflict. Hope you have a fantastic day. Bye for now.